Gentlemen, Antonio here. Okay, had a great question come in, a gentleman from Saudi Arabia, and he's asking Antonio, what is the difference between a suit and a tuxedo? Some of you guys may be thinking, that's a pretty easy question, but is it? And I'll go ahead and get right into this video. But before I do, guys, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way these videos come right to you. In addition, if you like this, if you find it useful, go check out Real Men, Real Style. I've got a free ebook over there, and I'm linking to it right below in the description, and grab that free ebook. I've got actually more free ebooks. It's not just one anymore. So you can go check out. So we've got one on beards, we've got one on buying custom clothing. So you can go check out those useful guides and be able to make smart purchasing decisions. All right, guys. So the question is, what is the difference between a suit and a tuxedo? Let's actually define what each of them are. Suit. The definition of a suit is actually a jacket and trousers made from the same fabric. So technically, there are leisure suits. There are suits made from velvet. There are suits made from denim. Yes, there are denim suits. So not something you want to wear in a business environment, I guess, unless you're up in Canada. But the point is that a suit is simply defined as having a matching top, matching bottom, made from the same fabric. Tuxedo then technically is a suit because that's what a tuxedo does, but a tuxedo is more specific. It actually comes out of, I think it was 1888, and in Tuxedo Park, New York. That's where it was first spotted, and it was worn by the elite out of Manhattan. And it was basically a play on, it was similar to evening dress. Go over to the article over at Real Men, Real Style, go into more detail there. So there are three main differences though between suits and tuxedos. And the suits I'm going to be talking about are worsted wool suits made from a dark fabric of navy blue, charcoal gray. Those are the kind of suits I'm going to be referring to, not leisure suits. So, is formality. Number one, tuxedo is going to be more formal than any pretty much regular suit out there. Does that make sense? So black tie, tuxedo, evening dress, all of this right here is going to be usually worn and is supposed to be worn in the evening only. Suits can be worn any time of the day. They can be made from a lighter color fabric. Like I said, they can be made from a casual fabric. Therefore, suits are going to be less formal. They can even be casual, while black tie or tuxedos are always going to be more formal. So that's the number one thing. Number two is flexibility. Black tie tuxedos, they have a prescription of certain rules that you have to follow when you're wearing it. Tuxedos, you wear a black bow tie. Now, you can change up one thing in a black tie or a tuxedo outfit and be fine, but usually you're going to have the black bow tie. You're going to have the black or, what is it, midnight blue material that it's made from. You're going to have the grosgrain, or it's going to be actually maybe satin lapel. And you're also going to have a stripe down on the side on usually the black. Occasionally you will see midnight blue. Both of them are correct. You're also going to see you have a waist covering. I have an entire infographic and video on black tie. I'll link you to right over here. So go check out that article and that detailed information if you're curious about black tie or tuxedos. But when it comes down to it, there's not much flexibility there. When it comes to suits, you have a lot more flexibility. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. You don't have to have, a waist covering. You actually, don't even have to wear a tie with them. You could wear them in a wide variety of colors. The pocket square, instead of just going with a white, straight presidential fold, you can actually have all types of pocket squares in there. Also with suits, you can go into fashion suits. You can go into classically designed suits. While, again, getting over to tuxedos, you're going to find that you're going to stick with the classic here. And it is something that, again, you don't have a lot of flexibility. Now let's go into the final point, which is going to be cost. Usually tuxedos are going to cost more than a suit. And this is why. It's not so much that they have to cost more. It's if you're going to spend money and you're going to be wearing a tuxedo or a black tie pretty regularly, you want to invest in a quality piece, because at that level, the people that you're hanging out with at that level can tell the difference between low cost and high quality fabrics. And so you're going to want to invest in a higher quality fabric. When it comes to a suit, if you nail the fit, if you get, pretty much the function of it right, you can actually compromise a little bit on fabric. And not as many people are going to pick up on it. A well-fitted suit that's made from, a medium quality fabric is actually going to look a lot better than a suit that doesn't fit you very well and is made from a higher quality fabric. So, with suits, I usually tell guys to focus in on the fit, but if you're actually going to be purchasing black tie, of course it should fit, and here you're going to want to make sure that you can afford to actually buy something that's of higher quality. If you're actually having to rent, I know some of you guys are thinking, oh, I just want a tuxedo for prom. In that case, sure, rent. At that level, it's not really an issue, and I think the gentleman from Saudi Arabia, his question more is probably he's looking to do business, maybe in London, or he's looking to go over to New York, and he wants to make sure when he goes to a black tie event that he's dressed appropriately. All right, guys, like I said, I go into a lot more over at the article at Real Men Real Style. I'm going to link to some very useful articles, which will go into more detail about suits and the different types of suits. We'll go into more detail about black tie, tuxedos. And if you've got questions, make sure to send them to me over at Real Men Real Style or leave them below in the comments here on YouTube. Take care, guys. See you in the next video.